wouldn't like actually work. Oh. That guy is so good, holy. So hello gamers, it's me, Strider, the most original Phantom Forces content creator, YouTuber man, and today I'm going to be doing using your setups in Phantom Forces. I know this is the most original thing ever created. Nobody's ever made a video like this before. This is a little bit different. I'm going to be ranking these setups, and also I'm doing one kill with each. So first off, we have holding grip, full stock. Okay, first off, why are you running holding grip if you're running all tame on this gun? I'm going to give this setup like a 6 out of 10. I feel like it's probably fine to use OEG on the Colt SMG, but like, my man really running folding grip, not the best map for this. All right, that was an assist count as kill, but we'll count it, whatever. For our next setup, we have the PPSH, oil filter, anything, so green laser, and hollow point. So first off, what? Second off, why? Third off, who? Wait, did I put a hollow point on this? With hollow point, this is like a 4 out of 10. Oil filter is awful on this gun. Like, why would you want the gun to shoot slower? The entire purpose of it is to make it shoot fast. Secondly, hollow points is completely awful. You should never be running hollow point, only if you're running Obraz barrel, and this is with oil filter, which will lower not only your RPM, but also your ranges, so you'll have like a 7 hit kill at like 2 studs away. So just please do not run this setup. It's awful. Do not run this. Chainsaw grip, blue laser, and 2545, which I think he just means tack. I feel like this is a meme setup, and everything except for like the chainsaw grip would be okay, but this setup is probably gonna get like a 2 out of 10 because it's not too completely inaccurate. I guess it's fine, you know? You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Like, it's still usable, but like, why would you ever use it? I have a kill on it. I'll just go to the next setup, like a 4 out of 10, man. Next up, we have the AUG A1 Para with reflex, comp, potato grip, green laser, 9mm. I don't know why you use potato grip because, like, I guess it does have a flashlight. Very helpful to have a flashlight. If I didn't have a flashlight, I would never get any kills. I would never be able to see anybody. Like, I don't know why you would just not. Okay, there we go. This one gets a 7 out of 10 because, like, actually, you know what? 8 out of 10. It's one of the best setups you can get. If you run stubby grip, then it's probably like the best setup. What is this setup? This is Malcolm muzzle booster, folding grip, and blue laser. First off, if you're not running like compensator, you gotta be running stubby grip. Like, yes, you can run folding for this, but oh my gosh, the horizontal. Honestly, this is like a 7 out of 10, maybe like a 6 out of 10. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not even that bad. What the heck is this one? This is not a real setup. There's no way you run this, man. First off, he said Romanian grip, which isn't even on the gun, so I'll put on vertical grip, and PBS4 suppressor. So basically, vertical grip and Romanian grip are pretty much the same, so I'm just gonna say that he said vertical grip because Romanian grip isn't on the Scar Hammer, you imbecile. That's the weird thing. People will like give me their setup, which is not even their setup because they haven't ever run this setup before, because the setup is physically impossible to put on the gun. This is like a 4 out of 10. You could definitely use it. Honestly, it's probably, except for the Malcolm, probably just better to use like nothing on the gun. Physically makes it worse. At least it has like decent recoil with 223, but it's still the Scar Hammer. I will give it that. Like the Scar Hammer, it's very hard to make this gun like bad, you know? And 50 GI, which I haven't actually used since it came out. It does 48 to 23, so it can 4 hit kill all ranges to the torso, and it can kill with 1 torso and 1 limb CQC at 850 RPM. I wish they just kept the 1000 RPM. I hate how it like loses 150 RPM, and 556 on this gun got a nerf too, so they're just nerfing all the conversions, but not the default gun. Default gun, it feels like it should have more recoil. I'm gonna give this setup an 8.5 out of 10. I'd probably prefer comp because like recoil's kind of wavy. Other than that, not a bad setup. I would run this as my 50 GI setup except for comp. Sounds about right. Holy, dude, I thought I was dead. I literally took my hand off my mouse because I thought I was dead. Clearly, you do not own an air fryer. Blue laser. This is SV auto, right? Yeah, it is. First off, you got to be running stubby. Second off, DC. Okay, it literally goes into your face. This guy says very good for CQC and mid-range. Either comp or long barrel on this. Personally, I prefer comp, but long barrel is farther headshot kill range, farther 2-hit kill range. Long barrel is very, very good on this gun. More velocity as well. Like, oh my. This setup gets a 7.5 out of 10. He says muzzle booster, pistol grip, remove stock, 9mm. Personally, I wouldn't run muzzle booster on this. It already shoots really fast. Holy, the recoil is awful. Also, pistol grip, do not run it. You can run like folding over pistol grip, but honestly, you gotta be running stubby grip, especially like, hand recoil's not even bad. It's very fast. Oh my gosh. Overall, this is like a 7 out of 10. Can stylus please add a search bar for attachments, by the way? It's so annoying. OEG carbine barrel, but he said green laser as the grip and a full stock. And none are special, and I chose special because I'm just special like that, man. I probably have the credits for all these setups, but I don't want to ruin all of my gun setups by putting on a bunch of people's setups. When I do setup streams, that's kind of a problem. I don't get it with the green laser, but at the moment, you're running OEG, so there's no reason to like, this is kind of helpful, I don't know. Or just run AMT Terminator, but like, overall, not a bad setup. That's a good play right there. Give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, we have the POG H-bar with 223. Doesn't say anything for here, so I'll just put green laser, stubby grip, muzzle booster, and Kosaku sight. So basically, he's got that high RPM and It's still a beam. I'm gonna give this setup a 10 out of 10. Like, there's nothing objectively wrong with it. I actually used to run muzzle booster on this gun back when it had no recoil. Now it has a little bit more, but honestly, muzzle booster is kind of just, with 223, it's probably still worth using. Still a freaking beam, and there's no long barrel on this gun, so it already has a mega long barrel. Now we have an AK-47 setup. Why do people run a laser as their underbarrel? Especially considering he's asking for me to use AMT Terminator, so I already have a laser on the gun. Why would I not just run like a grip? I guess it is a shotgun, but like, it's got alright recoil. I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. I don't feel like buckshot on this gun is like, it's alright. It's not too bad. Next up, we got G3 with reflex, which I only have 7 kills on, which is funny because I have 1,930 on the Delta, pistol grip, and blue laser. So basically, this is my G3 setup, except instead of Kosaku, he's running reflex, and he's running blue laser instead of green. Green laser does improve your recovery speed, which is like huge on this gun since it shoots so slow. It's actually not too bad. Like, I mean, I'm a G3 gamer, dude. I always go off with a G3. Like, it's my highest kill gun, so of course I'm going to go off with it. But basically, I'm going to give this setup an 8. Yeah, 8 out of 10. The same guy also recommended a secondary, and it's 1911 with 9mm, which is cool, and green or blue laser. Okay. First off, this has like no recoil at all. I do recommend Delta on this, but the iron sights are pretty good too. Basically, just like a small mag, Block 17 or whatever, with like a little bit more. Oh, what? I just got one tap by a DT11 from 105 studs away after the shotgun nerf. This is in the test play. Shotguns are nerfed. They shouldn't kill me from full health from 100 studs. Oh, this gives an 8 out of 10. It's not too bad though, actually. 4 hit kill torso all ranges. It's an 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8.5. This guy says the Saiga 19. I think he means Saiga 12. So reflex, muzzle brake, stubby grip, blue laser, and 223. Let's see. Like usual, I do prefer compensator. And of course, reflex is pretty good. I mean, it's not too bad. 8 out of 10 on this one, not too bad. Next up, we have some kind of LRC sniper setup. I wouldn't really recommend skeleton grip or AP. I guess with a scope, skeleton grip is nice, but and you're running full stock, so maybe just like run stubby grip, but don't run full stock. Just a suggestion, because then you don't get like mad walk speed and stuff, and they kind of cancel out. But overall, I'm gonna give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Now we have another SVU auto setup, except he's telling me to run muzzle booster and stubby grip and green laser. So basically, this is a good setup, but like muzzle booster really. Oh, it's awful. It's got like awful vertical climb and awful horizontal after that vertical climb. Like, I'll just show you. Look at that, dude. Terrible first shot recoil, like absolutely awful. If you were running compensator, this would be like a 10 out of 10, but you're running muzzle booster, so 6.5 out of 10. Muzzle booster is just not the move on this, man. It's like 50 RPM, but it can already one hit head. My ECR setup involves lowering the RPM, so you could probably tell that I don't really feel like the 2-shot and 1-shot guns need to have this much rate of fire. Now we have another 1911 setup. This time he says the 10x scope, which is not on this gun, so I'll put on ACOG, I guess. So it says flashlight suppressor. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to get 1 kill on this. You literally load the dart into the how does this suppress it? It's a dart. It shoots a dart. I'm guessing it has some kind of like powder that's shooting the dart. However, I don't feel like a suppressor would work with it. Wouldn't like actually work. Oh. That guy is so good. Holy. Let me get a shout out to that absolute Chad for just letting me kill him. Next up, we got AUG 3 pair with hollow point for some reason and Kosaku sight. Honestly, I would recommend that you would run muzzle booster because the recoil is so low. However, personally, I prefer to have long barrel and plus P because plus P also increases your recoil. However, it makes your ranges better, velocity better, and pen better. And personally, I prefer that to just a little bit more RPM. But except for the hollow points, I feel like this is a good CQC setup. Maybe it increases the 3-hit kill range a little bit. Let me check. Slightly increases the 3-hit kill range, but with massive downsides to headshot damage at range, damage ranges, and like, say probably like a 7.5 out of 10. It's not bad. Also, darts conversion setup gets a 2 out of 10. Actually, you know what? Like a 1 out of 10, because like that setup sucks. Now, this setup is very interesting. What is this? He says the Steyr Scout with carry handle sight, short barrel, vertical grip, ballistics tracker, and 5.56. I think we found the first 11 out of 10 setup, guys. You know what? It probably gets like a 22.6 out of 10 because it does have 20,000 muzzle velocity, can one-hit kill Duke Fishron to the limbs, and has a 20 times torso multi. Look at that. It literally just made me win the game. I think I just beat Phantom Forces. Next up, we have the Mark 11 with TA33 ACOG, muzzle booster, stubby grip, blue laser, and default. I don't know if he wants me to use the Altan. Personally, I don't really run like muzzle booster on it or like a actual scope, but this is not too bad. Muzzle booster and like remove stock are kind of tied for me. Faster RPM for one, but like the other one is faster walk speed and handling, but they both increase recoil, so I don't really use them. But it's the Mark 11. It's very hard to make it bad. I guess you could with like some 500 conversion setups, but I give this one an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have the Baby L2A3. This is with none, short barrel, stubby grip, remove stock, and 45. This is not a bad setup. It has very, very fast walk speed and can 2-8 kill, but not really that far, but it's really, really good. Like with this setup, it's definitely better to use like a sight, but the hip fire is so good. Even with this kind of like higher recoil. Dude, the L2A3, dude, I love the L2A3. Like even default, this gun is so good. This man said Z-point, long barrel, stubby grip, and blue laser, and none on the UMP. Z-point is not too bad on this gun, but I forgot it kind of has some like horizontal with the long barrel, but honestly, like for the damage and stuff, like this is just a good gun, dude. We'll give this one an 8 out of 10. Now we have SKS with ACOG, muzzle brake, stubby grip, and full stock. Except for the sight, this is my exact setup. And I actually used to run ACOG until they made it like kind of annoying to use. Like it looks like this now. It was changed in like 2018, maybe even 2017. It's been a while since the ACOG was good in my opinion. Nice. The setup gets a 9 out of 10. Then we have Colt SMG with default Halbig device skeleton grip, ballistics tracker, and 5.56. Oh my gosh. 5.56 is supposed to lower the recoil. I can kind of get it, but like if I'm not controlling it, oh my, it's impossible, dude. And I get the 1 kill with it. It is the Colt SMG. After all, I will be able to get 1 kill with it just based off of the fact that it is the Colt SMG. Even like the worst setup, like the highest recoil setup you can possibly think of, is going to be all right to use on the Colt SMG because like it's just a good gun. Like it might have a lot of recoil, but it's just a good gun, man. Then we have AUG 3 Para. Next we have AUG 3 Para with Cobra EKP, Osprey suppressor, stubby grip, green laser, and none. Let's be real, this gun has non-existent recoil, so I guess you could run a suppressor, but I wouldn't personally because like long barrel is basically just better in every way, especially to the Osprey suppressor, because think about it, Osprey suppressor increases your minimum damage range, but so does long barrel. I'll give this one an 8 out of 10 though. It's very good. It still does 17 at range, which means it's still a 6-hit kill. And we have the M16A3 with BUIS sight, suppressor, stubby grip, remove stock, and 2-3. A lot of recoil, man. I'm not used to this recoil. I guess I can control it. Suppressor on this gun could be worse because it's already 4-hit kill, but worse 4-hit kill range, worse velocity, worse ranges. 2-3 is extra bad with that. And the iron sights are not bad though. It's still the M16A3, like you can get kills with it. This setup gets a 6 out of 10, like remove stock could be useful. Next up we have AKU-12 with none, long barrel, stubby grip, full stock, but super armor piercing. Here's the thing, man, other than the super armor piercing, good setup, man, but like this gun becomes ultra mega P shooter with super armor piercing. It can 3-hit kill, right? But only to 10 studs, that's not that far. Worse than like Mac 10, worse than MP5. I wouldn't really use super AP on this because there are other guns that just do it better, but honestly, not too bad of a setup. And the irons on this gun are just so good, man. Overall, even though it has a max damage range of 8.5 studs, I will give this gun a nice 8 out of 10 for this setup. It's not a bad setup. Default muzzle brake, skeleton grip, straight pull bolt, and tracerless. First off, straight pull bolt on this gun is kind of now. It has that slower RPM now, but I'm guessing this is based off of the old gun. Also, muzzle brake is not good because it increases the sway on the scope. Fun fact, you probably didn't know that. And also, who cares about recoil? It recenters. But yeah, your sway is actually worse, like as you can see. Probably can't see because I just got shot. Tracerless is whatever. You can use tracerless. I would personally use remove stock now. You go for more of like a quick scoping playstyle, but actually not a bad setup. I don't know. I'm gonna give this setup a 8 out of 10. This seems like a bit of a meme setup. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a meme setup. He's using rubber pellets first and a sniper scope and full stock and Romanian grip. So very nice aiming speed. Definitely some of the best aiming speed I've ever seen, and it doesn't even work at range. I'm gonna give this, oh, that feature's so realistic, but I hate it so much sometimes. We may have done too much trolling. Yeah, this setup may have done too much trolling. Honor your awful setup. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10, and I'm also not gonna get any kills with it. I also got this nice M14 setup that is just muzzle brake, and it says have fun dealing with horizontal oh my gosh, yeah, have fun dealing with horizontal recoil, man. Holy, that is so bad. Let me know in the comments if you're a muzzle brake user on the M14. And I think after this, you can probably, or at least hopefully, understand that you probably shouldn't be a muzzle brake user, especially on the M14. I don't know. Compensator, gang, baby, rise up. It's still the M14 though, so I think this will be the last setup, and it's going to be the HK21. A great way to end it because I think the only real setup video I've ever made was setups on the HK21 a year ago, and yeah, that was pretty painful. He says AMT Terminator, comp, stubby, green laser, and honestly, this is my unironic setup that I would probably use. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. There's like no reason to not use this setup. It's got the built-in good alt aim, it's got the lower recoil, it's got green laser. I don't know what that will do. Maybe make it a little bit better, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's the HK21. This gun is so busted. I don't know why this gun hasn't gotten nerfed. Like, well, it has recoil, but the recoil is so easy to control. Well, that's not even true. Like, you can't control the recoil, but it doesn't really have any kick. Just like so much rotational and transitional recoil that just makes it go like all over the place. But for CQC, this is a ridiculously good gun. It just shreds every single human being on planet Earth. It's so busted. Please, stylist, nerf HK21, please. Objectively speaking, it might be the best gun in the game. 3-hit kill really, really far. 4-hit kill ranges, crazy damage ranges, crazy velocity, crazy pen, crazy suppression, 100-round mag, 800 RPM. This gun is so broken, dude. It does more damage than the M60, but it has like 400 more RPM. But yeah, gamers, if you guys did enjoy, this is ranking your setups. I don't want to be this unoriginal, but you guys said you wanted it, so I made a video. Iron Fox killed me with my own HK21. Pretty cool. Anyways, gamers, thanks for letting me know your setups. A lot of these setups were actually pretty good, and the meme ones were actually kind of decent. Didn't really have that many like objectively bad ones, which is surprising. Considering in my community post, I was like, I want funny setups. Don't give me like Honey Badger, Kosaku site setups, which I didn't really see any of those. So thank you for actually like following my rules. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and sub, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.